And hello, and welcome back. Welcome back to Not STM Live. Not STM Live, folks. Today is a very special day because we are celebrating not one, but two brand new releases, brand new special presentations. And that is why today is Monster Summer Live with our special guests, Jessi Doyle, Heather Moser, and Courteney Breedlove, who will be with us momentarily. A couple of quick announcements for you, though. We're also celebrating one other thing today. We're celebrating 2 years of STM Live, 2 years to the date since we started hosting this show in this format. And looking at the comments, I can see some of you guys have been here literally since the very beginning. So thank you. Thank you for continuing to come back, because otherwise they wouldn't let me host the show because nobody would be watching it. In addition to that, that's just a little thing I was excited about. There is a new series out from our good buddy Seth Breedlove. The Bigfoot Caverns is the first episode of Bigfoot of the North Woods. You can check that out right now. Don't do it right now. Stick around till later. Heather's shaking her head at me. I got something wrong. There is also a new episode of Appalachian Bigfoot Files from Alexander Pedikov. That is available right now on YouTube. Go see that again after the show. Later on. So let's get our guests up for tonight before I say something else I'm not supposed to say. And Heather can help me figure out what it is that I have done wrong. Please welcome, my friends, Heather Moser, Courteney Breedlove, and special guest tonight, Jessi Doyle.
Hello.
Hey, welcome.
Yay.
Real quick, Heather, what did I get wrong there? I know I got something wrong.
It's not Northwoods Bigfoot. The Caverns one is Heartland Sasquatch.
Heartland Sasquatch, new episode of Bigfoot Caverns.
I forgot that you could see me in the little boxes, and I'm just listening. I'm like, no, it wasn't an attempt.
Yeah, I was going through it in my head, and I was like, something's wrong here. Something's wrong. You're already talking. It's too late to stop. Okay, we're back. Anyway, welcome, guys. It's great to have you all.
Thanks for having us.
It's great to be here. I think we're all super excited about the specials coming out.
Yes. One of which is already out. One of which is coming out at the end of this week. So we're hosting this kind of right here in the middle, get everybody together, talk about both of these projects. And those projects are, of course, Bigfoot, the Monroe Monster Mystery, which is available right now and is directed by Heather and Courteney. And forthcoming in the next few days here on August the 10th, Bigfoot, the Monster on Morris Mountain, directed by our good friend Jessi Doyle. So I'm so excited. This is great. We have two new specials back to back, right in the middle of Monster Summer, making it Monster Summer, directed by you guys. Always mess this up, which I'm super hyped about. So I have questions. I have notes. There are 51 comments in the chat. Oh my goodness. Okay.
I think we need to approach this from a Charlie's Angels perspective. You could be our Charlie.
We could do that if that's what if you guys want to go for that. I thought about making a joke like, hot girl summer is out. It's monster girl summer. But I feel like any joke I make, it sounded weird when I said it. That's why I didn't do it. I did it anyway. It sounded weird. Anyway, a lot of people saying hello. A lot of people saying congratulations. Oh my goodness. Look at the turnout. Great to see you all. Dang, more people are jumping on as we speak. So any questions you have tonight, guys, for the directorate triumvirate? I came up with that today. Yeah, right? I felt like that was pretty clever. Please drop them in the chat. We're talking both projects tonight. We're talking Bigfoot, the Monroe Monster Mystery, and we're talking Bigfoot, the Monster on Morris Mountain, the trailer for which we dropped on social media today. So we'll watch trailers in a little bit here, but just to kick things off, I would like to know, and this is something everybody can probably weigh in on. Let's start with Morris Mountain. We'll start with the second one. Go out of order in the notes I gave you guys. How did this project come about? How did this happen?
Everything was very serendipitous with how it came about. You guys got in touch with us about possibly doing a special for you. You guys really liked what we've been doing. We've been huge fans of y'all forever and ever. So it was a really pleasant surprise to get that call that you guys were interested in maybe working with us for us doing something for y'all. And right about that time, I got this piece of evidence that my friend MK sent me. He sent me this video from a guy that he goes and hikes with all the time in the Uwharrie National Forest. And it was some of the best Bigfoot audio I've ever heard in my life. And we were at the exact moment trying to figure out what could we do with STM? What what could we really do to knock everybody's socks off and really impress the STM crowd? What kind of investigation can we do that they'd really like and appreciate? Because we're very cross spectrum with everything that we do, but we really wanted to do something hardcore Bigfoot. And it was right at that time that we got this audio sent to us, and it all just kind of fell into place. And we're like, all right, this is it. Let's hit the URIs and check out a place that not a lot of people talk about when it comes to Bigfoot, and really shine a light on it and really get to know the terrain and figure out what's going on up in the URI mountains.
Mm-hmm. Here's a question, and no spoilers, of course, because it's not out yet. But for Heather and Courtney, what was your gut reaction when you first saw this film? Because we've seen it. Sorry, guys, we've all seen it already.
We have seen it. One of the really cool things, and often one of the daunting things about the three of our jobs, is we are somewhat the internal STM quality control. So whenever we have new shows come in, the three of us watch them and make notes. And that's no different for when we have like guest filmmakers come in, like Jessi, and we have other projects coming down the line from guest filmmakers that we're partnering with. So we get to watch them first. And I remember the first time I watched it, first off, I was like, the length is really nice, because oftentimes it is hard to get a special that is like time-wise long enough to really fill what we need. And then the exciting beats within it, without giving anything up, was like, wow, like if someone will just watch this, they're going to be so excited by the end because of things that happen, that they're going to, one, love this. Our audience will love this. And two, I feel like they're going to want to go out. Like, this is great motivation to like get out in the woods and just see what you can hear, see what you can see, and just enjoy being out there. Not to mention, like, some of the stuff is just normal stuff that you might see in the woods. It's kind of creepy. Like, I don't want to give anything away. That's the hard part. There was so much in it that I love that I don't want to give away, but it was so fun to watch.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
I really wanted to take you guys on like a thrill ride. I wanted to kind of get, all right, so here's where we are. Here's what we're doing. Now let's buckle up. Let's go investigate, and kind of just nonstop, just hit you with just this journey that just doesn't stop. You just buckle in and go for it.
It is definitely a thrill ride.
Yeah.
I mean, you get the setup at the beginning with the lore and everything you need to know there. And once you get through like the setup, it's just like you're off to the races.
Yeah. Yeah. It can be, and this isn't to like say anything negative about any of the other stuff that's out there, any of the other stuff we do, but when you watch a lot of Bigfoot stuff, you know, you sort of sink into a rhythm where you're like, okay, yeah, this is cool. I expect this. This makes sense to me. Yep. Move on to the next one. Could not figure out where this one was going to go. Like, when you're watching Morris Mountain, even if you've watched 1,000 Bigfoot documentaries, you're going to be like, what is happening? Where are we going? I'm not going to tell you. You have to wait till Sunday so you can watch it, or join the squad and watch it on Thursday. You could do that too. Yeah.
Without ads.
Yeah.
And
no ads.
4K.
Ad-free 4K. Yeah. You can be amongst the likes of Smog 13, who just joined the squad right now.
Yeah, Smog is our boy. Smog is our boy. Really? He's been with us from the beginning. Yeah, that's our boy great. Right there.
Welcome, Smog, as well as Jessi and not this Jessi, different Jessi, and Jeff Carr all joined the squad today. So they will have access to Bigfoot the Monster on Morris Mountain on Thursday. But do you guys want to watch the trailer? We're talking it up. You know, I feel like this is
let's do it.
Yeah,
absolutely. Roll the beautiful bean footage.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're presenting, not for the first time, because I posted it this morning while I was waiting for my son to wake up, but for the second time, maybe, the official trailer for Bigfoot, the Monster on Morris Mountain.
In the spring of 2025, a video surfaced out of nowhere. That single video launched a relentless 2-month investigation into one of the most mysterious forests in America.
There's something out here, and it's not human. This is so crazy, isn't it?
what we found was a monster.
Ooh!
Nice.
Oh!
She nailed it.
Oh!
They nailed it.
Yeah. Oh, what I'm trying. I don't want to ruin anything, but it's so exciting, and
we've been dropping little hints on little things. Like last night, we do a show every Monday at 7:30 p.m. on our channel. And Joe said, "All right, I've got to tell you all something. This is the only Bigfoot documentary you will watch that has a car chase." And everybody goes, "Ah!"
That is true.
It is true. It is true. And if you guys have seen, I know a lot of you guys have watched other Hellbent Holler stuff. You know, there are things that you're going to find familiar and comforting. And then that familiar, comfortable little box that you're curled up in, someone's going to pick it up and shake it. And you're going to be like, ah. And it's going to be fantastic. I could go on, but I don't want to ruin anything. So, and Jessi, of course, directed and edited this thing, did an amazing job. Joe did the cinematography.
He did a great job. It's honestly, it's the best cinematography you've ever seen. Or at least he thinks so.
He's very hesitant to take any credit.
Yeah.
He should. It's a lot of work. He did an amazing job.
He's a very humble person.
Cameras around is no joke. I'm with Joe on this one.
So I'm just gonna go ahead.
You and everybody else.
Click and click. There we go. Just a fun reminder, folks, to keep your comments friendly because the band hammer swings wide. It swings wide and far, and I never miss. But anyway, we have a few new squad members to welcome. James Barker, who has hung out with us in the chat before, as well as Miranda Crew. Welcome to the squad. Thank you. And I have a couple flags here. Bonnie Blue McGee and Lady Wolf have both hit 12 months as squad members. Nice. So thank you guys as well. Oh, man. This is so much fun. So let's talk about Monroe for a little bit. We're going to come back to Morris. It's so hard to talk about two things. I'm not sure how to do it, so I'm making it up as I go along. Bigfoot, the Monroe Monster Mystery, has been out for a little bit now. I think it came out July something.
27th?
It was the very end of July.
Yeah, I think it was the 27th. So folks have had time to watch it again if they would like to. But same question. Let's kind of turn the dial. How did this happen? How did this come about? Again, I already know, but I want you guys to talk about it. Tell them.
I mean, I feel like that's a question for Heather. There was a new sighting and...
Yeah, so first of all, I think it's important to note that both Mark Mansky and Seth had mentioned multiple times throughout the years about the Monroe Monster story. So it was something that was on our radar anyway. But then in May, there was a recent sighting, which kind of, I mean, it blew up, really. Everybody started talking about it. It was shared pretty publicly. And we were like, you know what? I think this is the sign to do this now. Let's go and talk about the original sighting. Let's talk about the most recent sighting. Let's see if we can connect some dots between the two. And we were able to do that with the help of local researchers and local witnesses and
the son of the original witness.
Yeah. Yes, the son of the original witness. Jody was far and away wonderful. And it was great to just be able to help get these stories out there. And I'm really super, and I know Courtney feels the same way about Jody, and you do too, Aaron. We're just happy that we were able to get Jody so that he could help tell his mother's story as well, because it doesn't, when you look at the way the media portrayed her back in the day, it was not fair. And to have somebody stand strong on her behalf, I think was about time.
Yeah.
He was extremely passionate. And that museum we went to even had an exhibit. And when we talked to the curator, he's like, yeah, that poor woman was portrayed horribly. Yeah. Like even the museum curator's like, yeah, she had the raw end of the stick, as it were, back in the day. And now there's this new sighting. And I think Heather and I were just really lucky because, frankly, Seth and the rest of the crew were too busy with editing and other things to go make the movie. So it became our girls' project where we, within a week, planned this trip, took off for 3 days, and filmed everything we could.
It was one of those periods where I didn't hear from Heather for a couple days, and I knew this was coming up, but I think it was on a Wednesday, and she's like, "Sorry, I've been doing," and then named like 100 things, and I was like, "Wow, it may have been like 24 or something." But no, I was super happy with how this film came out, and like I've watched a lot of interviews. I've conducted several of them, not as many as you guys, but like Jody's interview is one of my favorite of all time in any topic, any project that we've worked on. And nothing against anybody else, but just like his level of sincerity, his genuine, just like wanting to get this out there. Like you said, for his mom, you know, he's not here trying to sell books or anything like that. He's just like, this happened to my mom, and I want to try to set it right at whatever capacity I can. And I love that so much. I love the way that happened.
Well, and Aaron, to be fair to you, Heather and I brought back all of this raw footage, uploaded it, and went, we need a script with time stamps. We need some sort of story put together out of this footage. And you did that. That was all you.
It was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. It took a long time. Not as long as you'd think. You know,
Aaron does know how to craft a story, though. He knows how to just rope you in and then keep you there, you know?
Oh, thank you.
He did it.
You do a good job.
And then he had to revise it twice after that. And then we finally ended up where we ended.
There were
I think the 3-hour original Mr. Deese cut. That was your Snyder cut. The 3-hour cut.
There is a 2.5 hour out there. Yeah, maybe one day. Maybe
I think DVD. It should be released. Yeah, at some point. I'm rooting for that.
Script. Yeah, I mean, really, we could just download that raw edit from the photo files and put it out there. But yeah, no, it was a lot of fun because you again, you do this stuff, and I've had the opportunity to do similar things on different episodes of some of our YouTube content. So I kind of had an idea of what I'm going to do going in, but you don't really have to decide what order to put it in. You just got to make sure it's in the right spot so it makes sense when you hear it. Because everybody we interviewed for this project, I feel like, were great storytellers, you know, very knowledgeable, had very cool things to say. All the interviews really complemented each other. There weren't any like glaring contradictions where I was like, oh, how are we going to do this? You know, like everybody was kind of on the same page. So even the stuff we did have to cut, I feel like we still got the full story. Both for Christine Van Acker and also for this modern encounter, the more recent one with the man and his son. I think you guys especially, I think you did a great job of covering all that ground and getting all that information. And I know that took a lot of emailing, a lot of phone calling. You know, it wasn't a one-day thing.
Yeah, it was very.
We had to walk down.
We got train tracks. We were able to get an actual tour of the location of the modern sighting, thanks to Dave Dominique and Val Zavala and Chad Mathis, and also had access to the original interview footage of the modern day sightings because of Dave. And we walked down. It is an active. I've seen people ask about the railroad tracks. It's an active railroad track, which was something I asked as we're pretty far in. I'm like, hey, is this still being used? It kind of looks like it. And he's like, oh yeah, this is still. And I'm like, oh, cool. And they're like, don't worry about it. You'll see the train long before it gets here.
Didn't you watch Fried Green Tomatoes?
Yeah, I know. It's awful. It's awful. These things flash through my head in those moments. And I'm like, oh no, this is it. But we also, I think it's really interesting if you watch Monroe Monster, I don't even know how to explain it. Like the color scheme of it, the whole tone of it kind of came about naturally, as far as like when we were out filming, it was cold, it was rainy, it was misty. The sit down interviews. Yeah, the sit down interviews that we did in the pavilion were, I mean, we were frozen when it was done, but it all lended to a really awesome air about it when it was all put together. We didn't have a beautiful day for filming that I can remember. Was all
No.
kind of very, but it worked out well for the story, I think, and
Yeah.
that tends to happen actually, even though we don't plan it. It happens a good deal.
Well,
There's not
and
a
for any
single lens flare in there anywhere. Yeah.
well, for any camera nerds out there, I actually took one of the lenses that we had just bought that we were using on the Bennington Triangle film coming up, that I was like, I'll put this on the A cam to play with it so I can learn how to use it. So if you notice on the straight forward cam on the interviews, the background is kind of swirled around the outside. That was a lens that I was teaching myself how to use through filming that for the Bennington Triangle film, and I kind of fell in love with it, so I think it's going to come back a lot more. But that was like a really cool thing to do because everywhere we were filming, it was cloudy. There was stuff in the background that would all like blur and make this really pretty kind of almost halo effect, but it's blurry. It was super fun.
It's almost like you're looking through a porthole in a ship or something. Like it's or a spaceship more, I think is more apt. Like it's just very focused and dreamy, and it works very well, I think. Another fine person has joined the squad. Minerva Roca has joined the squad. Welcome.
I love my Minerva.
Welcome and thank you, Minerva. We're happy to have you. Apologies for stumbling over your last name. I am often wrong about things. Oh, here's a fun one. Pyromedic says we need a Mystery Science Theater version. I would love to do MST3K commentaries of like all of our stuff. There's just no way to do that that's still like respectful of the witnesses and their stories. So nobody asked me for that, but there it is. Let's see.
Are the monsters, you start making fun of a Bigfoot or Chupacabra in that style, they're going to come for you. You know?
Yeah. And
That would be great.
Want to not do that.
Jessi's like, bring it. Let's do it.
Let's do it with Jersey Devil. We'll go after Benjamin Franklin.
Cracking her knuckles. Like, let's go. Well, speaking of, we're talking tech. We've talked Monroe for a moment. I'd like to know a little bit about the tech setup you guys use, Jessi, for Morris, because you're out there at night, you're in the woods, you're lugging all this stuff around. How?
Okay. Well, we actually brought somebody else on that helped a lot. MK was our local guide. He's MK Ultra. He's right there in the chat, but he's a local guy up there. He hikes the Uaris all the time. And normally it's just Joe and I. Joe and I do everything for Hellbent Holler. I do all the editing. I do all the directing. Everything, and he shoots most of it, and I'm in all of it. So it's just the two of us doing everything. So it was nice to actually have a third person there, especially there is one sequence where we go into an abandoned mine area. So it was nice to have some backup there, because if one of us goes into a open mine shaft, we've got a bit of a problem. So it was nice to have three people doing that. We always go out there with the cameras that we're using to film. I usually carry a camera. Joe carries multiple cameras. Chest mounted cam. He carries a camera set up, and we always use a shotgun mic on that. We always use labs for everything. So we have excellent audio with everything that we do. So we can get things at a distance if we need to. And that was something that was a common thread throughout filming Morris Mountain. It took us over 2.5 months to film this documentary. As you can tell when you watch it, we go through several seasons is what it looks like, because it was a very long time and a lot of trips up there to film this, because we wanted to be incredibly thorough with what we did. So what we were encountering is that it was audio. That was the main thing that all of these witnesses described. That was the main thing that we were experiencing every time we were going up there. And we had to figure out, how are we going to capture that perfect audio? The shotgun mic on the camera just wasn't cutting it for us at all. So we kept hearing it. We kept experiencing these screams in the night like clockwork out there, but we could not get a proper sample of it. Nothing that we could really use, and it was driving us insane. So we ended up developing something that we ended up calling the Super Sound Stick. And I love alliteration. You know, it's Hellbent Holler. I love alliteration. I got to do it. I'm the ultimate marketing guy for this too. So it is a high sensitivity microphone with a 32-bit float recorder. on a monopod, and then I have headphones jacked into it that I'm monitoring the entire time. So it's mobile, it's agile, and it's insanely sensitive. That's how I was actually able to get the audio samples of the screams that I captured that go along with what the witness sent us. So we had to kind of develop that through the course of filming this documentary and doing these investigations. We needed to get that audio. That was our main goal. And we went through a lot of iterations of this before we finally settled on the one that we had. And we were actually able to get the sample in the end.
It's so, can't say that. That'll ruin something. That'll spoil something.
They're still gonna watch.
No. Yeah, no, it's just yeah. It
For the
worked.
car chase
We'll just say
alone,
that.
you have to watch.
For the car chase alone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You really don't want to miss that. Yeah. Oh, dude. I'm so stoked. And I love the fact that we were able to get both of these out at the same time, the same general time frame, obviously not the exact same time. And I love the fact that we have basically a new team of people directing this wave of films. Like, this is almost like we have our annual waves of our main films. This is almost like a mid-wave wave. You know what I mean? Is any of this making any sense at all?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Perfect.
Yeah,
Thank you.
This is it's the summer special lady documentary wave.
Yeah,
we're
there
here.
we go. Yes, leading the charge. I don't know what the heck that was supposed to
I
be.
think it's awesome just because, this space has been so dominated by men for so long. It's nice to kind of have a new perspective, and it's kind of nice to, have new visions come into this. And that's something that STM has done for 10 years now. You guys have been on the cutting edge of bringing real filmmaking to this space. It's not just going out there and knocking on trees and, the same old things. It wasn't reality TV stuff. It was more akin to filmmaking. It became filmmaking. It is filmmaking. You guys melded filmmaking, real interviews, real respect for the topic. You guys have been able to bring real respect to the topic, something that was just a laughing stock for so many years. You guys have brought some real gravitas to it by bringing in real equipment, real interviewers, real professionals, and really, really making this a professional thing. It's not just fly by night. It's a professional thing. And that's really helped move this along. It's really moved the subject along as well.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Aw.
Jessi.
I'm sure Seth would have loved to hear that, but he's inside with the dog now.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll relay.
The
Or you
audio
can relay
replay
to
will be
him.
available on your podcasting platform of choice under the Small Town Monsters
Right.
Broadcasting Network within 24 to 48 hours. No, I agree very strongly. I think I'm going to just soapbox for 2 seconds. I think women are drastically underrepresented in the forward-facing paranormal cryptozoology communities. Can't imagine why, given the way everyone on the internet is nice and cool all the time. But
Yeah.
I love the fact that we have an all-female directorial team for these projects, and that they're both so good, and that they came together so well. And
See, now they'll
I'm
respect
very
me.
happy about it. Oh, there you go. Another hat. That's all it takes. Yeah, just a hat. Just a hat. We do have a couple of questions. Harvest Mary Moon asks, when is the documentary out? That will be on August 10th, this coming Sunday, or our squad members will have access on Thursday.
And it'll be at 2
Sunday
p.m.
at
Eastern.
2 p.m.
2 p.m.
Yep.
2 p.m. Eastern. Squad members such as Ken Lucas, who joined the squad about 6 minutes ago. Thank you, Ken. Welcome.
Ken Lucas is our boy. So Ken, we did the Smoky Mountain Bigfoot conference weekend before last, and Ken Lucas bid on our banner. It was a banner that they had made with our faces on it, and we're like, who's bidding on this banner? Who wants this banner? And Ken walks up just doing this, and I'm like, don't do anything bad with that banner. He goes, I'm not.
Don't give him the banner. That's so cool. I mean, I'd buy a Hell Bent Holler banner. I'm just saying. I get it. Ken sounds like good
I
people.
did want to throw out that I've seen Bigfoot Michigan Rob in the chat.
Oh, is he
who
here?
Someone that Heather and I interviewed in Michigan twice now.
Yes,
Right?
Bigfoot Michigan Rob is the
Oh, wow.
I
man.
interviewed him twice.
Well, you interviewed him twice. I wasn't there for that. I will get to meet him though in a month. ish because somehow it's already August.
Oh wow, it is.
It is.
Which is insane to me. But
You're going
yeah,
back to
no, you got to
Michigan?
no, I got to go to Missouri, but and he'll
Oh.
be in Missouri. But you did interview him for two things:
Dogman.
Dawn of the Dogman and
Yeah.
Heartland Sasquatch.
Which our
So
2025 Kickstarter backers have now seen or now have access to. So some of you guys
Yes.
yes,
have met Mr. Bigfoot Michigan Rob. So
Yeah. Yeah, Dawn of the Dogman is out as far as releases for updates. Two backers. It is being printed right now for backers to have them shipped out. It is with the distribution vibes, I guess I would say. It is with a company, and we should have a date coming, but distribution takes about 4 months to figure out. So we'll see how the wind blows there. And then our other titles, Kinderhook and Bennington, are in post-production. They're in the editing phase, so they're going to be coming probably about the same time, honestly. They're going to come out pretty close together.
you guys are going to have a busy fall watching season. Yeah. Got a lot coming your way very quickly.
that's good things to look forward to in spooky season, obviously.
Also, we have recently found out that we have release dates for two titles that have been caught in distribution limbo, which other people can remember the dates. Cursed Waters, which was briefly on Amazon Prime for us, is no longer there because it has gotten wide distribution, and it will be out widely on October
7th.
7th.
Oh wait, that's
And-
just kidding. Cursed
24th.
Waters is
24th.
October 24th.
24th.
Lost Contact is the 7th. My bad.
Yes, the Lost Contact, if you've been wanting to see our Thomas Mantell film that Seth worked on for literally a year, the longest edit he's ever done, and the longest film time we've ever done, it has been picked up. It has passed quality control. It is in the final steps. We have gotten a date of October 7th. You can finally see Lost Contact on wide distribution streaming platforms. It will go up on the web store, and you can finally see the testimonies of Thomas Mantell's grandsons as they talk about his story.
We
I
do
know
have
everybody's been waiting for Lost Contact. Like you guys went through so much with filming that. You were filming some of that during the filming of the Land Between the Lakes documentary.
Yeah.
And I know that you guys went through so much, and like there's so much to it. So I think everybody is really, really excited to finally see that story told in a real great way, you know, in the proper way.
I think Seth got really excited about it because we sat with that one for so long, and he got really emotionally involved with it. Not to mention just sitting down with the grandsons and so many people involved with the story. We talked to now older people who were children and physically saw the plane come down. Like we talked to firsthand witnesses who were emotionally moved, and it was beautiful. And we wanted to make sure it was distributed right. And unfortunately, that took a really long time. But it is now in the process of being signed to a distributor. So we have the date. Oh, no, it's already been signed. It's been delivered. That one's going. And a bunch of other titles, older titles, which have been unavailable for a while, are in the process of the paperwork. More STM is coming to more streaming services in the coming 4 to 6 months. A lot of it, like most of the back catalog.
one of which is our new fast channel, Unexplained TV, that I
It's
forgot
an
to
app,
mention at the beginning. It's an app.
Technically.
It's an app.
But yeah, on Roku and Fire TV, we partnered with Future Today, who built our app. So those little boxes that are on your screen, like YouTube, Amazon, blah, 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 you can now have an Unexplained TV box, which has a big chunk of our episodic content and some of the older films. I will be adding to that as time goes on. But yeah, that has been officially a year and a half in the works, but this version of it has been about 10 months in the works. And it finally went live today, from what I understand.
Yeah. I'm very excited about it. I meant to bring that up at the beginning, but I embarrassed myself and then forgot to. So yes, check that out. Let's see. We had a couple. Oh, here's a fun question that Jessi can probably answer. Valhalla asks, how far back does the Uwharries date for an abandoned mine?
So there's several abandoned mines in the Uwharrie National Forest. The one that we went to, it was Coggins Mine. That one dates back to the mid to late 1800s. And I think it goes back a little further than that. I'm not sure 100%. MK Ultra was our guide for all of that. But I do know that the gold that was mined in several of those mines in the Uwharrie National Forest, the gold that they pulled out of there actually went to Mint Hill in Charlotte and was used to make the Louisiana Purchase.
Super interesting. It's a spooky place too. I've seen several comments to that effect, but yeah, you'll see that in the film. Oh, and a big thank you to Pork Chop Express for kicking some extra support to the channel, and who also says, I couldn't think of a better mashup than STM and HBH. Hellbent Holler. Thanks for partnering up, and I hope for more in the future. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate that.
I always liked watching your lives. You would do these lives, and people would ask, well, when is Hellbent Holler going to team up with Small Town Monsters? And you sit there and you're just boiling, and you're just
you have no idea how difficult it has been for months, Jessi. You have no idea. They ask and they ask, and I want to tell them so much.
And you're just sweating, and it's just, now you can say it.
I want to shine this glorious ray of sunshine into your life, but I can't. I have to keep it for myself. So yes, it's great to talk about it finally. And squad members, thank you for observing that. Yes. And our squad member Julie Bug asks, has a question to that same effect. Hellbent Holler and STM, will there be any other documentaries in the future together? Hey man, never know.
You never know what the future holds.
Maybe.
A lot of woods out there, a lot of monsters, so
many car chases to be had.
Yeah,
exciting things to do.
That's true.
We're gonna actually ramp it up. I think next time we're gonna start doing some Tom Cruise stuff. I'm gonna be hanging off the bottom of a plane. We're gonna drop me into an active Bigfoot zone.
Yes. I rewatched Mad Max Fury Road the other day. I've been drawing some inspiration from that. Oh man, you guys are gonna love this. You're gonna love it. Let's bounce back to Monroe for a little bit. We actually have a trailer for that one as well. Should we watch it?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think we should watch it. Yeah. Because again, if we talk about this for too long, I'm going to spoil something. Okay, so here is the official trailer for Bigfoot, the Monroe Monster Mystery.
She said she looked down the tracks and she saw a large, hairy, bipedal creature walking across the railroad tracks, spooked her out.
I saw something one night that was just really unbelievable to me. There was something standing next to the tree. It was a pretty frightening experience. The eyes, they were glowing a burning fiery red.
There was a Bigfoot-like creature that had been partially in a tree or somehow in a raised area and jumped down, turned around and ran in the opposite direction.
Change your perspective. There's not only one or two in Michigan, there's a ton of them in Michigan.
It's a part of Americana. It's a part of our history. It's part of our culture. It's part of our folklore.
I know for a fact they're real. And that to me was the biggest shock in my life. All of these people can't be insane. They can't all be seeing things.
It's crazy to me when you watch how society acts towards people who say something happened that's unbelievable.
The population of Bigfoot is way more than we ever expected, especially here in Michigan.
I love the song they used for that. It gets me pumped up every time.
This is an exciting topic. That's the thing, is this is not supposed to be something that's lilting. This is an exciting topic. We're talking about monsters in the woods. These are things that have affected these people's lives. These people will never get over this. This is something that is going to cause ripples in their lives forever. And it deserves that heightened environment. That's what it deserves. That's why you use that kind of music for it. I use that kind of music for it, because this is exciting. you know, and it needs to be exciting and people need to see this. I mean, we have the coolest job in the world. We get to go hunt monsters for a living, you know?
I was talking to my wife today and I was like, hey, I've been with STM for 2 years today. And she was like, you've been looking for Bigfoot for 2 years. And I was like, oh, wow. I'm just going to reflect on that for a moment.
Yes, I have.
Well, to be fair, you did start out with Dogman.
I did. Yeah. He's still out there. I'm not going to find him, but he's still out there. I mean, I might. You know, you never know. Linda Godfrey did, so who knows? Yeah. Here's a question I have for Courtney and Heather, and I have the same question for you, Jessi, about Morris. I've been mixing these up super bad, so once they're both out, I won't do it anymore. But in the process of filming both of these things, what surprised you or what subverted your expectations? You know, because you guys, all three of you, have done a lot of shoots, a lot of filming, a lot of interviewing. You know, what happened that you necessarily weren't expecting?
I guess for me to, pull back the curtain on production a little bit, Monroe was officially the first shoot for a special that Heather and I did 100% on our own, start to finish. So Seth wasn't involved, Zach wasn't involved, no one helped us plan it. Heather did all of the witnesses and research. I did like the boring booking of stuff and all the camera stuff that no one finds interesting. And then it was just her and me, 2 women going to another state and filming this entire thing on our own. And with that, there were some odd bumps in the road that we came across. But we also, I think, really learned a lot and kind of figured out how we want to do stuff in the future. So the whole process was a big learning experience for us. But then the story itself was so much more than I thought going into it. Like, Heather knows all these stories. That's her job. She's a researcher. She knows the stories. She knows the people. I am, as I like to say, assistant carry camera after Zach. So I don't always know all the stories. Like, I pay our taxes and I do cinematography and like production work. So I learned this amazing story that I thought I knew, but there was so much more detail to it than I could have imagined. And just all the heart that was with it that I was not expecting at all. And it really made me fall in love with that encounter and made me want to learn more about the new encounter. And then all of the stuff we went through to film the stuff about the new encounter. It was really eye-opening in a lot of ways for me personally. What about you, Heather?
So I think actually, like you said, we learned a lot. I think it was you going in not familiar with the story was helpful in that it helped precipitate the type of questions that we would ask to make sure that all of the blanks are being filled, you know, for someone who's not already familiar with the story. Like Courtney's like, yeah, I've got to, okay, go into that a little more. And, you know, these little holes are being taken care of. So that was helpful. It was a learning experience. What it has done for me personally, because we did it, right? We went out, we got it done, and then it came together, not just us, obviously, other people are involved in getting this together, but we started it, that it makes me more excited to look at other stories and be like, you know what, Courtney, let's take a few days and let's go do this. I've already got some other ideas percolating.
We got another one in the works.
Yeah, so
we got another one in the works.
Yeah, I'm super excited about it. It gave me confidence, you know, because obviously, you know, we've been around for a few years. There were trying circumstances, but also, you know, we have relied on Seth's guidance throughout the years, and I mean, he's molded this company, right? So, like, I feel like everybody that comes in, it's not just us. Everybody that comes into this company, you know what the standard is because Seth set the standard years ago, right? You know what STM is to be. But when you hit that like bump in the road, like, oh, this wasn't what I expected. If Seth is there, then you just ask Seth. You know what? Seth wasn't there.
So hard. It's so easy.
You literally, Seth, tell me what to do. but he wasn't there for this. And it forced us
And we had no cell phone signal.
Yeah, it forced us to go outside of our normal box, and it caused us to grow. And I think we are ready to take on more.
I agree. Jessi, what about you? What?
With Morris Mountain, I think that it was a huge growing experience for us. Up until this point, with my channel, I've been doing pretty short episodic investigations. Each kind of investigation is part of a larger arc, depending on the location, but everything is kind of standalone with everything that I did. My episodes are generally 45 minutes to an hour long, and it is, we're going into the woods, we're going to do the investigation, we kind of wrap it up, and that's it. So it's a start to finish situation. We expected to go into this and hopefully get this all filmed within a 2.5 week period. It became a 2.5 month period. And we were going up there every week for 2.5 months. And that's what you have to do sometimes to get the evidence, is you have to keep hammering and keep hammering and keep hammering. And I wanted it to be something that I knocked out of the park. I really wanted to bring something amazing to the audience and really show them something and really show them the real side of the Uwaris. And with that came a lot of challenges, a lot of physical challenges. The terrain is insane up there. It's one of the oldest mountain ranges on the continent. So you expect, okay, so these are mountains that are worn down to hills, but it's still very, very rough terrain. It's insanely dusty. The people are very strange. The weather was insane the entire time, but we just had to kind of evolve with it and stick and move and run and gun with it and learn how to just keep moving forward. No matter how many challenges we faced, we kind of just kept going forward because we had to get that evidence and we had to tell this story. So we just kept moving forward with it, and it forced us to evolve and forced us to grow. And as an editor, because I do all the editing for it and everything, that was insane because we didn't know how to shoot something that was going to be a complete narrative. We had no idea how to shoot something like that. We are usually, like I said, used to doing this bits and pieces at a time. So we ended up with over 40 hours of footage. And I sat in my editing cave and I sat there and went, I don't know how I'm going to do this. How am I going to chisel this down? Michelangelo said, they were like, how did you carve David? I took away everything that wasn't David, and it's like, not that I'm saying this is David. It might be David. It might be David. It might be David of the cryptid world, but
it's up there.
But I just was sitting there and I was like, I don't know how I'm going to do this. I had several moments where I was like, I can't do it. Going from 40 hours of footage, I got it down to 10 hours. And I kept chiseling and then got it down to the final runtime is 1 hour and 42 minutes. So, and that's why it's all thriller and no fillers, because we got so much footage. And that was the challenge I had to face, is okay, I've got to learn how to be a better editor. I got to learn how to shoot stuff better. We got to be better audio collectors. We've got to do everything better. We've got to up our game. And this really forced us to grow. And that's why I was really thankful for this opportunity to make this film for you guys, because otherwise I wouldn't have grown at the pace that I grew in what I did. That this forced me to grow into a better filmmaker, a better editor, a better investigator. So it was a challenge, but at the other end, I'm super proud of what I made, and I'm just thankful for the opportunity to make it for you guys.
You guys blew it out of the water too. I mean, we've been saying that this whole time, but I actually have a couple of stills from the press kit. There's a little bit of the nighttime action, and then
I'm shocked, believe it.
Yes, utterly shocked.
I remember going through and picking these because that's one of the things I have to do for distributors, because yes, this is coming out on YouTube, but we are seeking wide distribution because it deserves it. So this was just me going through fangirling at the whole thing and being like, oh, this will make people ask the questions. This will make them want to watch it.
What's happening here? Yeah. Yeah. Very excited for you guys to see it. And it's interesting too. I like with Monroe, we're kind of looking at a historical case that comes into the modern day. And then with the Uwaris, we're talking about some historical background, but there's a very focus, of course, on this report that you guys get that we see in the trailer. So I like that there's kind of a parallel there, because we have these two areas where we have modern activity that's becoming very well documented, it's kind of coming to the surface right now as we're looking into this. So I'm very excited for people to see both films and kind of see that contrast, because I think it's important. I think it's going to be evident. Let's see here. We have a couple questions. Oh, here's a fun one from Kaiju Ninja 85 for Jessi. What made you decide to make Morris Mountain your first directing documentary?
It was like I said, everything was serendipitous. It all kind of lined up that way. They approached us with making a special for them, and I was like, I've got to do something that's out the frame. I got to do something that's I got to knock it out of the park. It cannot be just a standard investigation. It has to be visually compelling. It has to be a great story, and it has to be something challenging for us. And really something to push us in a new direction and push us to be better. And I got this audio, MK sent this audio, and I always go to where the universe pushes me. I just don't even ask questions anymore. And that popped up, and I went, okay, that's it. That's the thing. That's what we're doing. So we just let Jesus take the wheel.
It was almost like a moment from a movie, I think, when because we had like a conference call with you and I and Heather, if I remember correctly. And we were like, hey, would you guys want to maybe do a movie? And you were like, actually, I've got this thing. Like it was a very cinematic moment where
it just happened.
Yeah. It's just timed that way. So
I
exciting.
think that's the best way to go after it. Like, what is tugging your interest right now? Like, Heather and I just had the new Monroe case that we'd heard about, and Seth and Mark were pushing this. We want to do this older story. Well, now there's a new take on it. We got to get there. And the next thing Heather and I are working on also has a witness that contacted us, or there's something new. Boy, I'm getting real unconfident now because I remember getting the email and forwarding it to Heather. But it's in another state, not the state I'm currently in. Currently, Seth and I are filming something, though, which is also sort of exciting coming up. It'll be a new Decoded coming up. We are currently in the mountains.
In the mountains.
And
it's a real background.
as you can see,
that's not a green screen background.
It's not. If any of you liked On the Trail of Bigfoot, The Ancients, there is going to be supplemental material coming soon.
Speaking of Seth, Ray Melendrez says, Seth, say hello. We know you're out there. He's out there somewhere. Couldn't say where.
He's technically in the cabin with the dog.
Well, he'll hear you, Ray, from across time and mountains. Let's see. Walter Ballard says Jessi did makeup and her own stunts. Yeah, we don't have wardrobe teams around here. Yeah, Jessi's a quadruple threat, and probably way more than 4 things, but that for sure. And Rapasawa says, this channel is so amazing. All the content is perfectly well done. Thank you. Thank you, friend. We appreciate that. Let's see. Here's a question for Jessi. Valhalla says or asks, will there be any more investigation into Morris Mountain? That's a good
Absolutely.
question.
Yes. We are definitely going back. We initially went to the Uwharrie National Forest last year after a strange series of animal attacks. So that was the first time we went out there, and then we kind of just let it lie for a while, and then this popped up. But after what we've experienced and what we've gone through out there in filming this documentary, there's no way we can't go back. So there's definitely going to be some follow-up and explorations of new areas and other phenomena beyond Bigfoot. There is much more to the Uwharrie National Forest than just Bigfoot. It's one of those areas that John Keel often referred to as window areas. So it's a place where you kind of experience the gamut of phenomena. And I think we'd like to explore some more of that.
And you guys will see there's only so much you can fit into one film, like Jessi was saying. So, you know, You know. Hellbent Joe, not sure who that is, was talking to someone named Walter earlier and says, I am sidelined. Obvious discrimination, if you ask me. But what can a common man like me do about it? These ladies are too powerful. I agree. A lot of power in this directorial triumvirate. That, of course, is Joe. Joe from Hellbent Holler. Of course.
He's my employee, so
Just right. Employee of Jessi Doyle, and
he's my best and worst employee.
Kaiju Ninja 85 says, "Is Day of the Dog Man next? Every day is Day of the Dog Man, brother. Every day can be, if you believe."
I think they might be asking about Dawn of the Dog Man. Maybe.
You got Dawn of the Dead, Day of the Dead,
and then Day,
and
then
Dawn,
and then afternoon, evening.
Yeah,
maybe.
Yeah. It's a very clever reference. Yeah, I don't see any reason why not. You know, if Dawn does really well, then
Aaron's like, yes.
We do Day, we do Mid Twilight, we do Extended Daylight Savings Time of the Dog Man,
Tea Time of the Dog Man.
I thought this was a Day of the Dead reference. Is this not a George Romero thing?
It was. I don't know.
It probably is. We just took it 5 different directions. It's fine.
Time of day, like
Once
dawn, day, mid morning.
As long as I get to be in one of these and I can go there and I can have my chest rig and everything on, and I go, you think this is a costume? This is a way of life.
Jesse's like taking it super seriously, and the rest of us.
That'll be an excerpt from Brunch of the Dog Man.
Brunch. I do this thing where towards the end of the show, I don't know what's happening anymore, and it just becomes its own monster. There it is, and that's it, folks.
What you did there.
Yeah, there was a question, and I lost it, and I can't.
I keep hearing something real big behind me, so I don't know if there's a bear back there.
Oh,
or what is happening? Either a tree is dropping branches, or there's a big bear down the hill.
It could actually be Bigfoot. Wouldn't that be crazy if we proved Bigfoot existed on this live stream?
That would be so convenient.
Pretty awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think that would be pretty stellar.
That would
Pack
be
it up, boys.
Great.
That would be pretty
I just hold up my laptop and I'm like, look, and it's shaking everywhere.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on.
Well, that's how you have to do it. You've got to move it around. Otherwise, it's not
has to be blurry.
Yeah, otherwise no one would believe it. As Jody said in Bigfoot, the Monroe Monster Mystery, everyone would just say it's AI. So just saying. Oh, man. Well, if you guys have not seen Bigfoot, the Monroe Monster Mystery, put that on your watch list before The Monster on Morris Mountain, I got it right, arrives this Sunday. You are not going to want to miss it, either of those. And I guess you can't technically miss them, but watch them right away. I mean, why wait? Why do that to yourself? Why do that? Kaiju Ninja 85 has a question that we could answer about both of these films. Are there any behind-the-scenes bloopers or incidents you can talk about that didn't make it into the documentaries? I think, at least for Monroe.
I mean,
Heather and I have a lot of inside jokes that I don't know we can talk about in front of other people.
I mean, okay, so this happens with every shoot, really. There becomes a list of inside jokes or whatever. But I mean,
we're used to going out with boys, you know.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So it's the boys' fault. But no, I'm trying to think of like bloopers or incidents. I mean, I can't think of anything particularly funny.
Because I'm really bad at following directions.
Well, Waze is also awful as an app because Waze tends to punish you if you turn the wrong way on a road. It's like, okay, you didn't want to follow my directions. I'm going to send you 5 miles the opposite direction just to prove a point. So like,
we use Waze.
We have issues with Waze, but I mean, nothing super. Okay, one thing that happens on every shoot. This isn't just Monroe, but you know, if there are particular rocks or like, I don't know, other things to pick up, I'm gonna take
bones, railroad ties,
not railroad ties, but like
flesh on the bones.
Those kind of things. Raccoon. Yeah, those kind of things end up coming home with us.
In my car.
I don't see anything wrong with any of this. I don't understand what everybody's complaining about.
Thank you, Jessi.
This is very normal, very normal behavior.
If you were to literally dump out Heather's purse that she carries with her on a regular basis, I guarantee there's at least half a dozen rocks in there that are just heavy.
I would like to see this purse.
Yeah.
Yes.
Heather and I always go for the
These are my
rocks.
interests.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's a thing.
Right.
So we had that. I think with Monroe is such an abbreviated timeline for us that we were just excited
we got that in 3 days, including driving.
Yeah, it was super short. We, stuff happened that we can't talk about as far as like things that didn't make the documentary that were funny to us, but probably wouldn't be funny to other people. So we're just gonna let it go.
It's that road trip delirium that sets in, and
It is 100%.
Yeah.
Same question for
What about
you,
you, Jessi?
Yes. Well, actually, Joseph, myself, and Michael, we all have to sign NDAs, and because we have some sort of mutually assured destruction agreement for our outside the documentary conversations. So, unfortunately, you'll just have to see those when the lawsuit comes out.
Okay. Yeah. Well, once it goes into discovery, it'll all be a matter of public record. So.
And that's fine. That's fine because I'll be on my island at that point. So.
I've already fled the Dominion. Yes. Well, folks, I have had a remarkable amount of fun. There we go. This evening. Courtney, Heather, Jessi, thank you all so much for making time to be here from various disparate parts of the country. I really appreciate it. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you for having me.
Awesome. Thanks, Aaron.
Of course. A huge thank you to everybody for watching. Thank you for your questions, your comments. Thank you to everybody who joined the channel tonight. Pork Chop Express joined the channel this evening. That's what I was looking for, to throw that up there, and I can't find it. But thank you so much, everybody. Please tune in for the next episode of this show. Can't remember when it is yet, but we will let you know as soon as I have time to review the schedule, and you can check out the audio replay on your favorite podcatcher sometime in the next 48 hours. Until then, follow us on social media. Follow Hellbent Holler on social media. Subscribe to them on YouTube, and tune in Sunday for Bigfoot, the monster on Morris Mountain. And that's all I got for you. Good night, folks.
Good night. Thank you.